Greetings, Workstudies, and I'm going to be super duper lazy, and I've made a video that's going to take care of most of your training requirements for ESF. So let's get started. So like I said, this is the training video for the Chemistry Department Work-Study program. The things we're going to be talking about today are proper attire, or what to wear when you come to work, chemical segregation, which is keeping different chemicals apart from each other so that they don't react, waste, how to take care of it, emergency response actions, and spill cleanup. So let's start off by talking about what clothes you can wear to work. I first of all recommend don't wear any clothes that you like to wear. We tend to damage a lot of clothing here. If you look at my clothing, most of them have holes in them due to acid spills. The other very, very important thing, and you will be sent home if you come in wearing flip-flops, Crocs, or any kind of other open-toed shoes, you have to be wearing closed-toed shoes at all times when you're working in the chemistry stockroom. Again, you will be sent home if you're not wearing closed-toed shoes. The other important thing is wearing safety glasses. It's always important to be wearing them when you're working with any chemicals, or anytime the situation warrants wearing safety glasses. In general, though, you want to be wearing long sleeve shirts, long sleeve pants, nothing that's going to expose any skin as much as possible. However, this building doesn't have air conditioning, so on a hot day I wear shorts, I wear short sleeve shirts, but just be aware that it's not the same level of safety. We also have lab coats available in both stockrooms. Anytime you feel the situation might warrant wearing one, feel free to grab one. Sometimes you will need additional protection as opposed to just safety glasses. If you wear contact lenses or wear glasses, you'll have to wear safety goggles. Sometimes you might be doing something that requires a face mask. Sometimes you'll be working with a stronger acid. You'll be wanting to wear nitrile gloves or big butyl gloves. So see me before you do anything dangerous, or if you don't feel comfortable with what you have for personal protective equipment, see me and we'll make sure that we get you what you need. So the next thing we're going to talk about are MSDSs. These are pieces of paper, or you can get them online, that describe all of the hazards associated with any particular chemical. It describes what to do if you get it on you. It describes what to do if you need to be using it. So before you use any chemical, feel free to grab the MSDS. You can look it up online using the CAS number, which is a code that every chemical has, and or you can just ask me for them and I can make those available to you. Finally, what kind of chemicals need to be kept separate? We have a lot of different chemicals in here. We have oxidizers, which can't be mixed with flammables. We have flammables that need to be kept separate from other flammables. We have the stuff that needs to be refrigerated. We have many different sections, and so part of your orientation is going to be going through all of the different sections that are located in the second floor stockroom, where I can show you how we segregate things. We want to make sure that oxidizing acids are kept separate from regular acids, and organic acids are kept separate from all the other acids, and all of the bases are kept separate from the acids. So there's all sorts of different things that need to happen, and generally you'll learn over time what those are. Again, feel free to ask questions. I am always willing to answer them, so feel free to ask. Now, a lot of different chemicals have symbols on them that designate whether or not they're dangerous. For example, if it is an oxidizer, it's going to have an O that's on fire with a line underneath it. If it's just flammable, it's just the fire. If you see a skull and crossbones, it means that it's very toxic. If you see a dead fish next to a tree, if you spill it, put it down the drain, there's environmental damage. The symbol in the bottom middle means that it is acutely toxic to humans and that it targets specific organs, and there's usually more information on the bottle when that happens. Again, you'll learn more about what these symbols mean as we progress, but go ahead, take a look at them, and again, if you have any questions, I am more than willing to answer them. So the next thing we're going to talk about is tagging waste for disposal. The big things are you want to make sure that all of the sections of the tags are filled in. The total of all of the chemicals has to be 100%. The chemical names must be the full proper names, so you can't write HCl for hydrochloric acid. And that all waste needs to be out of the labs within 30 days of the date on the tag. That being said, I'm going to switch over and do a short video on how to enter waste.
Okay, Work Studies, today I'm going to teach you how to enter waste tags online. It's going to be really awesome. First thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to get a waste tag. So if you just follow me, the waste tags are located in a big pile right here. Trying to make it a little more organized. But you just take one and then you take it back to where you are working and you're going to start filling it out. The ones that we're trying to do today are some palladium. Lab supervisor is Verrett. Building room number is Cook. A244. Permit is Chem. Phone number is 65795. Today's date when I'm recording this is 10/6/15. The physical state of these palladium on carbon is a solid. The amount with units, there's a total of about 100 grams. There are 5 containers. We don't do anything with this section, and then we just need to write palladium on carbon.
So now you're going to go over to one of the computers, go to Google, type in UVM waste tag entry and click on the first link. It's going to bring you to the environmental safety website. You go over to the right hand side where it says enter waste tags, click on there, and you're going to fill out all of the information that was on the sheet. If you're lucky, somebody will have already entered in the stuff that gets auto-saved, but you just go through and double check it. For example, I noticed that the room number was incorrect from the last time it was entered. And you then go through and enter exactly what you put on the tag. Where you type in the chemical amount, if there's 50% acetone, 50% ethanol, you would put that in there with the percentages. In this case, we're still doing that palladium on carbon. And in this case, there's also 5 bottles of it, so it only needs 1 tag because it's all the same. And then you're going to go up to the top, enter in the number, and then you're going to hit submit. After you hit submit on the next screen, you will see the opportunity to enter another waste tag here, and just click on the here to enter another one. So now let's talk about general emergency response. This is if there is a fire, or if somebody gets hurt, or any kind of chemical spill and I'm not around, or you just need to get it taken care of right away. For the police, you can call 911 or 656-FIRE, which is 3473. Go ahead and just call 911. The other thing you can do is if there's a chemical spill that doesn't require emergency response, like the fire department to come, our ESF department can be paged at Service Operations Support, or SOS, which is 656-2560. This is written on the outside of every single door in the department, and then you hit option 1. You can also call environmental safety directly at 656-5400. In general, I tend to call Service Operations Support and have whoever needs to come paged unless there's an actual fire where we need the fire department to come or we need an ambulance. Now, part of your online training is going to be how to use a fire extinguisher. We do provide the opportunity for you guys to do live training when the weather is good. We do that either the first couple of weeks in the fall or later in the spring when the weather gets a little bit better. But just real quick, you get the extinguisher out, you pull the pin, aim the nozzle, squeeze the handle, sweep from side to side. Just remember, pass. Again, we have an online training for this that you guys are expected to take, and we do provide hands-on training, like I said. So the very last thing that I want to talk about is spill cleanup. In every single lab, there is a spill cleanup kit. It's a box with a yellow label on it. Inside, you'll find plastic baggies, gloves, some spill pads, a room notice sign, waste tags, and just general stuff that you need to do to pick up some waste. Generally, if there is a larger spill, we'll call environmental safety to come pick it up. That's if it's greater than 1 liter, or if it's something that's toxic, or that something that a undergrad should not be handling. That determination can be made on site by either myself or Ed or anybody that needs to make it. But basically what you're going to do is you can, if it's a powder, you can sweep it up, put it in the plastic bag. If it's a spill of a liquid, you can use the spill solvent pads to absorb it, put those in the plastic bag, and then you're going to label the bag with what is in the bag. So what you spilled, about how much of it you spilled. We spill stuff all the time. Don't be afraid to go ahead and put down what you did, and we're going to make sure that it gets picked up properly. You're then going to go enter the tag in like we just talked about earlier. Okay, so that's it. That's the basics. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. Ask any of the people that work here. Ask other work studies. There never are any bad questions. And that's it. You're trained. Once you've completed this, send me an email. Let me know that you've done it. My email address is tverret@uvm.edu. By this point, you should have it. And thanks for watching.